welcome back to our Team Lotus F1 Manager series, as we've got that odd little break that we get nowadays in the F1 calendar. You have the summer break, and then between the last race in Singapore to COTA, we have another near enough 4-week break. So yeah, it's a little bit of work to do off track, which I think is going to be good for us, because if you didn't see the last episode, absolute heartbreak in Singapore. Daniel Ricciardo in P2 ahead of Bottas and looking good to challenge Piastri for the win in the closing 3 laps, and crashed out of the race. So no doubt we've done a lot of damage to that car, but even worse than that, it will probably mean that Daniel Ricciardo's driver championship is over. And yeah, as we see it, that driver's championship dream probably over for Danny Rick. He's now 87 points behind Bottas, scoring no points. Bottas got 3rd place and the fastest lap, so he took 16. So yeah, 87 points. I think it's going to be too much with 6 races to go. Plus, we've got 3 sprints. So, you know, if Bottas has a retirement, probably 2 really. He'd probably need 2 no-scoring events or a low-scoring event and a retirement. So it's probably unlikely now. But the positive, of course, was Liam Lawson did go on to win that last race out in Singapore. So he takes 25 points. And George Russell only scored 2. So it did mean we got 7 points, sorry, in favour over Mercedes. So we made a 7-point gain in the Constructors Championship, and as you see that now, it is only a difference of 66 points. I make that, yeah, 66 points. So the Constructors still very much alive. If we can try and get both cars ahead of both Mercedes in the next few races, that could get very tight for the closing races of this season. So yeah, theoretically, Danny Rick can still challenge for that Drivers' Championship, but I think it's all but over. However, we've got 25 days now till Austin, and let's say a big part is probably going to be looking at this car. So what have we got? Chassis is missing, front wing is missing, and suspension. So he cost us $4 million across the weekend in Singapore. Danny Rick crashed in both practice sessions, and then obviously in the race as well. So it's not been a great weekend there for Ricciardo, and yeah, he's not got a contract for next year. The plan is to renew it, but we're going to see the next couple of events now, because say that was not great. But let's crack on in this episode then, and if you're not already and you're returning, please do subscribe to the channel. Please do like the video. As I say, we're working on that minimum target of 15 likes still, so if you can help me reach 15 likes just on this video, I would very much appreciate that. And of course, get involved down below in the comments. Okay, pit crew training for the month, and again, we're going for pit stop time to reduce that ultimately here, and we can see it here, taking another little bit off. So that's what we're doing across all of this year, and will be the same next year. We're going to lose a little bit on our stats, but we have increased those slightly across the year as well. So hopefully, as we move into the closing stage of this year or into 2025, we'll start to get these in the 60 stat range. But yeah, car building time is good. We're still happy with that at the moment. Estimated pit stop time is reducing, so that's what we want to see. Chance of mistake, obviously we're on the total tab, so if we switch over to here, we will see that, again, we just cross over to that tired stage on the Sunday, which will take us up to a 13% chance of mistake. So we're happy to accept that. So that's pit crew training for this month. All right, we've had another research project complete, so let's crack on with another one of those, and we can do side pods or suspension. Let's go with side pods for now. We'll use the rest of this on this one, our CFD and wind tunnel time. We'll go drag reduction up. We'll go like that. 1 engineer, $1 million for that one. We've achieved our sponsor target for this month again. So 2.1, no mandatory though. That money is now into our account, so we're up to 6.7. Okay, so sponsor plan. We're doing the ones that will have less impact on us. So this one's going to affect our race simulator. This one will affect race engineers. And this one, head of aero, so I'm happy to accept that. That should take us over the engagement requirement. But Danny Rick's contract is, of course, expiring, so I think it's worth doing a bit of scouting, see what's out there. And I do... Oh, no, we don't want to propose a contract. Whoa, 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 calm you down. Let's scout Oscar Piastri, shall we? Oh, Charles? Let's scout Charles Leclerc. Who else got a year left? Fernando's got 3 months left, so his is running out this year. Let's scout Fernando as well. I wonder if he's going to retire at the end of this year. Okay, rear wing research is complete, so let's get another one underway. Although I don't think we've got any CFD or wind tunnel time here, have we? No, so this isn't going to get as much of a boost. Let's go for that, and we'll go 1 engineer, and that's going to be another $1 million. What are we looking like now for the cost cap? Now we've got 6 races left, $21 million. So, yeah, we should be okay. But after this round of research, we may have to slow up now, just in case we need that other engine, because we're now at $5.5 million. So Fernando Alonso is open to negotiation. He's out of contract on the 31st of December. So he's happy not to retire by the looks of it. So Fernando is available. Oscar Piastri's got 14 months left. His buyout is only 2.28 million though. We could afford that, and he is open to negotiation as well. Charles Leclerc, though, again, similar to Piastri at the time left on his contract, but his buyout is 11.7 million, so he is a no-go. So, over to you in the comments. Let me know, do we retain Daniel Ricciardo? Do we retain Liam Lawson? We don't have to retain either. I feel like Liam Lawson's done well this season in his first year and room to grow. But yeah, do we retain Danny Rick? His contract's running out, of course. Lawson has got a contract for next year. Or do we replace Ricciardo with either Oscar Piastri or Fernando Alonso? Let me know down below in the comments. Or as I say, do we replace Lawson with one? Or do we replace both drivers? Just go all out with a new driver pairing for 2026. Let me know, but we need to make a decision on our drivers, probably by next episode, I would say. Okay, we've arrived at COTA. Let's set our race targets, and it's going to be the same as most of the season. 10th for Danny Rick and 9th for Liam Lawson. And let's crack on with practice. It is a sprint weekend, so of course only one practice session, so we're going to have to nail this. Let's jump into it now. Here we go then, our one and only practice session in COTA underway, chasing down 100% setup satisfaction with both drivers. Probably unlikely we get 100%, but let's hopefully get as close as we can. Our one and only practice session is completed, and as expected, very low on the track acclimatization. 28% for Lawson, 27% for Daniel Ricciardo. And in terms of setup, it's unknown. We've gone for a third iteration, so we got it up to about the 60% mark. So I'm hoping by the time we get through qualifying, it should unlock that setup, which I hope will get us to at least 80%, if not higher. So a little bit of a struggle so far, but at the moment, driver preparation of 68% for Liam Lawson and 65% for Daniel Ricciardo as we head into sprint qualifying next. Here we go then, sending the drivers out straight away. Sprint quali, we want to get this time in nice and early, and hopefully this is going to be enough. Hopefully most of the grid come out now so we don't get traffic, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Yes. 24/7, 25-0, so about 3 temps off, so I think we might have to go out again here. 40.5, oh my goodness, yeah, Danny Rick's lost a lot of time, we can't call him in now. Lawson.
Okay, currently P1.
We'll see if that's enough, but Danny Rick is definitely going to have to go again. Yeah, Lawson's time is heavily influenced by traffic as well, so we're going to have to go out with both drivers again. And of course, it's the same tyres, so it's going to be risky, this. Right, let's get them out. Oh, and here we go. Got a lot of drivers coming out again here. I think we could be in trouble here. I think we could be in big trouble here. Right, Lawson has navigated that. He's got Hamilton up the road. Ricciardo's got a lot more. Yeah, Ricciardo's going to be done for here.
Okay, I've got
Ricciardo's going to be out in SQ1. It was a problem here last year as well in SQ1 in sprint qualifying. It's really hard with the traffic. We should have just maybe tried to go on out really late there with the pack. But I was a bit worried that if we got a red flag, we'd be knocked out anyway. So Lawson has cleared Hamilton. He's now got quite a few cars that he's got to get through, though. They'll start to push on their lap from about here, but I think we are going to at least get to Gasly, maybe. Potentially Sainz as well. Ricciardo's clear of that traffic, but I think his times are just going to be awful. Yeah, 25.8 first sector to second down. 38.2. Oh, yeah, it's even... Yeah, he's well off the paces, Ricciardo. So Lawson, I think, has had a much easier time of it. He's going to cross the line here in SQ1. Does he improve his time? It's looking like he will. Yes, he goes to 4th and a much better time. But I think we're going to be saying goodbye to Daniel Ricciardo in SQ1 here. Cross the line, go 16, right on the bubble. But I think we're going to see drivers going quicker than that, I would imagine. Yeah, he's gone. Ricciardo's in the drop zone, so Ricciardo is going to be out in SQ1 here. So Lawson safely through, but Daniel Ricciardo qualifies 20th out of 22 for the sprint race. Lots of traffic, and that's unlucky for us. Not great in our battle for the constructors, as George Russell and Bottas safely through to Q2. Lawson then, flying lap. Hopefully this will be the only flying lap that we actually need in SQ2. And he's gone purple through that first sector. And that's taken away very quickly. The McLaren probably behind him of Lando Norris, I'd expected there. Was it a Ferrari behind us now? We did originally have that McLaren behind us, so how am I seeing things? Did the Ferrari come out and split it? But nonetheless, Lawson was purple momentarily, and that's good with a lot of cars ahead of him, so it's looking good for Lawson. And we're not going to catch up to Verstappen, so Verstappen's not going to hold us up. Green through the second sector. It will be green, of course, because it's only his first run here. Zhou sets the first time, a 1:33.2. Tsunoda, 8 hundredths of a second off that. But Piastri now sets a better time, and then beaten by Charles Leclerc. 4,000 of a second quicker goes Leclerc, a 1:32.5. Here we go then, Liam Lawson, just his final corner to navigate. Still Charles Leclerc on, well, first, not pole because it's Q2, but Lawson replaces him. And Hamilton into P2. And Bottas though, and that Mercedes looks just so strong, followed by Russell. They've got a good 3 to 4 attempts on us here, so Mercedes may have done even further upgrades in this sort of late, autumn break, do we call it? Late summer break? I guess it's more of an autumn break, but we're not going to go out again. The rest of the grid are, but this is looking ominous for Mercedes' pace across this weekend. There we go, checkered flag has fallen. And there should be enough cars below us. Yes, so we are safely through. Lawson's underway, but Verstappen has just come out of the pits. And if we meet him across this area of the track, it's awful. I'm hoping we don't, because that is where you normally lose time on this track in qualifying. Oh, this is not looking good where we're going to approach him. Might have lost a bit of time there. Wasn't awful. Wasn't ideal. So it's Russell who's currently on provisional pole. 4 times set so far. Leclerc makes that 5. Not the greatest of laps from Leclerc there, though. But Mercedes are looking pretty quick around here. And Liam Lawson shouldn't have to navigate any more traffic here. Perhaps just Fernando Alonso's on his in-lap, but I think he's about to get into the pit, so shouldn't reach him. So no more traffic. But I don't think we're going to be going quick enough to topple George Russell. Can we be best of the rest? Piastri's time looks pretty decent as well. But Mercedes looking good here across this weekend and for their constructors battle against ourselves. Here we go though, Liam Lawson. Final corner. Where are we going to put ourselves here in SQ3? Cross the line. And we do go P2 and a little bit closer to the Mercedes this time. Go purple through that final sector. So very nice from Lawson. Bottas is on an outlap.
Okay, copy.
So it'll be interesting to see what Valtteri does here. This is going to be last across the line. Verstappen goes P2 and the Red Bull very close to Russell. Very good time. Great time from Verstappen. Not great for Lawson. But here comes Bottas. Gone purple through the middle sector. You think this might be pretty good for pole. Bottas, yes indeed, by a tenth to up to 3 tenths on Lawson. So Bottas and the Mercedes looking very strong in this sprint quali and this race weekend. So Bottas on pole. It's a Mercedes 1-2 for the sprint race. Verstappen 3rd, Liam Lawson 4th, Lewis Hamilton 5th, Oscar Piastri 6th, Lando Norris 7th, Fernando Alonso 8th, Carlos Sainz 9th, and it's Leclerc in 10th. And unfortunately, Danny Ric down in P20. So to get into the top 8, it's going to be a difficult task to get any points from there. So it's going to be damage limitation in this sprint race for us. So yeah, I'm going to go mediums for this sprint race. The soft, the soft is marginally quicker on light, but again, you haven't got much tyre to play with there. So I think mediums is the better way to go. Mediums, both drivers. Lawson starting 4th, Danny Ric in 20th. Let's get underway with this sprint race.
Things are hotting up here in Texas for the sprint.
Here we go then. These Mercedes look very strong, as we've said, and we've got 5 lights out, and we're underway very quickly here in COTA for the sprint race. And Lawson under pressure from Hamilton, who's had a great launch getting a toe off Max Verstappen, but we'll have inside for this left-hander. And Hamilton looking to stay in there with Lawson. Let's have a look at tyres. Everyone on the mediums, apart from Oscar Piastri, who's gone hard. Very interesting there from the McLaren driver. And we've lost a position, unfortunately, with Lawson. Down to 5th. Ricciardo's had a good start, though. Gained 2 positions. Very nice indeed.
Okay.
Yes, lovely work from Lawson. So he is through. Is he? No. Hamilton, that was much later break-in. Lawson should have been through there. That's poor from Lawson, in actual fact. Lewis had a confidence to brake a lot later. Same tyre life. Verstappen leads, but he's pushing his tyres. Ricciardo is now up to 17th, getting past Gasly. So Ricciardo did what Lawson should have done, got the move done. And although Gasly did brake later, Ricciardo made sure it wasn't enough to get back past him. So Ricciardo up to 17th, up 3 places. It's Lawson getting a lot closer to Hamilton this time. And we deployed a lot of battery that time, so surely this time Lewis is not going to be fighting this back. And we can try and push up to this top 3 quickly.
Okay, well done.
1.5. Now Ricciardo's still 17th. Getting a bit bogged down now here.
Recharge
Oh,
off.
Max is out very wide there. I think he's just about going to survive it. Although Lawson is going to put him under pressure, but it's Concertina effect with Hamilton all over us now.
You need to look after the front left. It's quite hot.
Oh, and Ricciardo has got Ocon finally.
And we're watching Daniel Ricciardo.
Oh, this is a good
They
move
decide to give it a go.
for the DRS. Good work. Then he gets the DRS.
And Daniel
Lovely work from Danny Ric,
moves
though.
up the field.
That's took him long enough. But he's finally up to P16. And now he's got to get past Magnussen, Stroll, Teo Pourchaire, and then Zhou should be easy because a 6-second gap to Tsunoda. But look at this. Oscar Piastri looking for a move. But the top 8 are near enough in a DRS train, although Max is nearly falling out of that. He has fallen out of that, I believe. No, he just got DRS there.
Did just get DRS.
That was key, but he's still falling behind. And Lawson, ooh, went very late there. Max will have inside for these 2 right-handers. And he retains 3rd place. But I think the Mercedes might be about to sail off into the distance. And Ricciardo has got another one done. On K-Mag this time. So another move done, and I get DRS again. He's doing them before the DRS zones, which is handy. Right, here we go. Lawson's got DRS on Max. Max has cut adrift from the 2 Mercedes by 2 seconds. So here comes Liam Lawson to try and put a foot on the podium for now, and it does work for us there. Lawson up to P3, but I don't think we've got the pace on these Mercedes.
It's a good stint so far. You are P3. So Bottas ahead.
And our tyre life is the worst on the grid with Liam Lawson, going through that attack phase early on. But Max
Here we
comes
are then
straight
at the
back at us
11th
here,
corner.
and he gets to the DRS detection
there.
zone, then overtakes us. So we get no DRS there. So Max is going to pull away there. And we see it there. We might be under threat from Lewis as well. Might be 2 positions in quick succession as Lewis is through on the inside. And Lawson, I think, is going to have to go for a little bit of a phase just to look after his tyres.
Copy. Yep.
So Ricciardo is finally making his way through this traffic. And he's now on to Teo Pourchaire. And after that, it will be 7 seconds up the road to Tsunoda. And it's a little bit of a DRS train there. Charles, Alonso and Tsunoda. But beyond that, it's going to be difficult for Danny Ric to do anything and get into that top 8 for points. And there we go. That one was always going to be easy. No DRS to defend with from Teo. So hopefully Ricciardo now can pull away. Lawson then DRS on Hamilton. We're trying to conserve a bit of tyre life here, but Lawson, whilst doing that, is going to get past Lewis Hamilton back to P4. But Max is caught up with the two Mercedes again, and that top 3 is now 3 seconds up the road, and we've not got the tyre margin to really push now with Lawson. So looking at this phase of the Grand Prix, his battle is for 4th place. Look, we've used 4 or 5% more than most of them there. Same old with Lewis coming across to take us. Lewis has just got past Lawson again, but there's been a crash. Oh, it's Tsunoda and Leclerc. Oh, they've tagged each other, and Tsunoda's come off a lot worse there. End plate missing from Leclerc.
As for the team back in the garage,
The yellow flag is cleared, so Tsunoda's out. Tsunoda's terminal. Ricciardo's past him. Ricciardo is on Alonso as well. And Leclerc's only 4 seconds up the road, so maybe 9th might be possible from Ricciardo now, but of course, he's not going to get any points for that.
We don't need lift off.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm going to retake this off Lewis then. Yes. And Leclerc's got a 5-second penalty. So we will finish ahead of him now.
That was very good. Gap 1.5.
And Verstappen, 5 seconds off Bottas now. Ricciardo's past Alonso. Can Lawson get Max Verstappen in the closing stages here?
Increase your lift and coast a little bit more, please.
We see that from Ricciardo. A nice move from Danny Ric then, and up in to the top 10, and he will finish at least 9th now because Leclerc's got that penalty, so even if we don't get him on track, which we might because he's carrying damage.
Gap behind 1.4.
Is Lawson about to snatch a place on the podium here? Someone locked up there? Yes, Max! Max is locked up! We heard the noise! That's why Lawson was moving all over the track. Max Verstappen has handed 3rd place to us.
watching Max Verstappen here.
A rare mistake
Things
from
are
Max.
right here. And the car fails to
Yeah,
respond.
big lockup.
And hopefully there's not too much.
That's why Lawson sort of was all over the track there trying to avoid
Two
that.
laps.
So Lawson's clear of Piastri in the DRS. So Piastri's past Hamilton. So Piastri has made those hard work. Verstappen down to 28% though, with 2 laps to go. Tsunoda pits to retire the car. Verstappen, we're going to be too far off Verstappen though, aren't we, I think? Unless Max Verstappen gets a puncture on the last 2 laps here, but he's going to be really slow. Ricciardo needs to get past Charles here.
Overtake available.
If there's any chance to get... Max is still ahead of Norris though. Piastri really pushing for this podium, isn't he? And we're going to be under serious threat coming out of this DRS zone. We're going to have to deploy. We're going to have to dump all this battery. It's going to have to give it everything out of here. But I think Oscar's just too close here.
Lift off where possible.
I think he's way too close. Although we did use a good amount of battery there. Are we going to hold on to it? Is Piastri going to take a lunge?
Just hit DRS.
Piastri doesn't.
Copy that.
We need a lift off at this stage.
Verstappen's going to survive. He's going to be too close to home now, isn't he? Oh, what a shame. What a shame. But it looks like Lawson's going to survive. But it is going to be Bottas that wins it and Russell second. So that's great points for Mercedes. Verstappen's got a puncture. Max has got a puncture. I think it's going to be too late in the day, though. There it goes. But he's not got too many corners left. Danny Rick's 4 seconds behind him. 2 seconds. There's Max Verstappen. Bottas wins. Russell second. Lawson is going to come across the line here. Lawson finishes on the podium, P3, okay, but Max's puncture means that Danny Rick is somehow up to 8th place. And how important might that point be in the end? As Daniel Ricciardo comes from 20th on the grid, got a lot of luck there.
Fantastic.
He finishes 8th and claims a point. It's a podium for Lawson, P3, and it's 8th place and a sole point for Daniel Ricciardo. Damage limitation there, but very much achieved. Danny Rick and Verstappen goes from the podium to 11th place in the end. Valtteri Bottas first, George Russell second. So great for Bottas's driver championship, but really good for Mercedes in the Constructors. 15 points, but we do gain 7. So we limit it to an 8-point increase from those Mercedes. So it's Liam Lawson third, Oscar Piastri fourth, Carlos Sainz fifth, up 4. Very good race for him. Lewis Hamilton 6th, Lando Norris 7th, Daniel Ricciardo 8th, Fernando Alonso 9th, and it's Leclerc in 10th, but of course the top 8 getting points, which includes Danny Rick. Those 12 overtakes in the end, although we got a bit of luck with the Tsunoda, Leclerc, and then the Verstappen puncture, and Yuki finished 21st with that accident, and Max finished 11th in the end. And there we have it. Right, let's jump in to qualifying for the full race next. Right, here we go then. We're out for this first Q1 session, hopefully avoiding some traffic on these first runs, and hopefully be enough. We're going to encounter Hulkenberg, are we? No, not quite. So Lawson sets a 1:31.9. Let's have a look at what Danny Rick does, and he goes even better by a 10th and a half. So hopefully that's going to be good enough and avoid the troubles we had in sprint qualifying. And end of session then. And Sainz does enough to get out, so no real surprises in the drop zone, and we're safely through to Q2. Same again then, but we're using the same tyres from Q1 as we normally do when we're safely through, so they're a little beyond scrubbed, but we'll see if that's going to be enough. If not, we'll put some fresh rubber on. And we're going to be right behind Ocon, and we're going to have the 2 McLarens to get past, so it might have been some traffic encountered there. And Ricciardo is very much on Lawson there. Lawson lost a lot of time. I think it was a 31.9 got us through last time, so Ricciardo probably would be okay with that 32 flat. That Lawson is definitely going to have to go out again. So Lawson has had to go back out. We've set a purple sector through sector 1. The only bit of traffic we're going to encounter is Tsunoda, which we're now coming up to now. He gets out of the way very nicely. So Lawson should get a clean run here now. He's dead last, so we can't make any mistakes now. Alonso and Russell on hot lap. So yeah, no more traffic for us here. That purple in sector 1 has been taken away from him. Ricciardo still P1, so very happy there, and he doesn't need to go out, of course. So looking good for Lawson. Last corner. And hopefully this should be enough then to see us through to Q3, and it is. Go fastest overall. Right, Ricciardo out on fresh softs. Lawson's are scrubbed, so I'm giving him the benefit of the toe here. And he might get an almighty toe. He's right behind Ricciardo. And there we go. Goes 7 tenths quicker than Ricciardo, although he's on a scrub set. And that's a 31.3. That's a mega lap.
Charge on box.
Okay, understood.
That is an absolute mega lap. That's the quickest we've gone all qualifying. Right, same again, but this time Ricciardo is going to get the benefit of the toe. He looks a little bit further back on Lawson. Lawson currently on pole then, because of that toe we got. Yeah, I think Ricciardo is a little bit too far behind here. Could send them out pretty close, but they've been separated as they've gone across their outlaps. Russell up to P3. Now, Danny Rick does go quicker through that first sector. Lawson doesn't. So 24.6. 24.5, but yeah, Ricciardo just a bit too far behind to get this toe on this straight, which is where Lawson really got a nice toe before.
Look after the tyres.
Copy.
Lawson's not going to go quicker, so let's just see if we can slow up a bit.
Let's try to get the deck down on this set.
Give Ricciardo a toe across the line at least.
Could you double your lift off, please?
Copy.
Here we go then. Verstappen and Sainz are finished. Ricciardo getting a little bit closer now to Lawson. Still don't know if it's enough to get a toe across this line here, but here we go. Ricciardo goes to P3, goes quicker than George Russell. Is George on an out lap? No, he's on an in lap. So that's good for us. Is Bottas going to go quicker though? No, he's not going quicker through the first sector. Not through the second either. So it looks like it's going to be pole for Liam Lawson here. Russell is finished, although it says he's not, and Tsunoda's finished, so he's going to qualify P9. Did his teammate just get away at Bottas there? We don't think Bottas is going to go quicker, but let's watch him as he comes across the line. No, he doesn't improve, so it's Lawson on pole, Bottas P2, Ricciardo P3, and Russell P4, so very much Mercedes versus Team Lotus. Did we benefit from the toe there, though, to get ahead of our rivals? I think we might have, so it's going to be hard in the race, but here's the full classification of qualifying. Liam Lawson pole, Valtteri Bottas second, Daniel Ricciardo third, George Russell fourth, Max Verstappen fifth, Carlos Sainz sixth, Lewis Hamilton seventh, Oscar Piastri eighth, ninth is Yuki Tsunoda, really doing big things for RB at the end of this season, and Fernando Alonso rounds out the top 10, as we saw Lando Norris in 11th, and Charles Leclerc in 13th. Right, let's jump into some strategy then and see how we're going to go around COTA. Okay, it's going to be a split strategy on this one. We can't make it work with Lawson in terms of Danny Rick. This definitely looks to be the quickest way around here. Light on the softs, then to a medium, then finishing light on softs. But Lawson can't manage his tyres as well as Daniel Ricciardo. So on Lawson's, that's not working as well. So he's going to have to go hard tyre, medium, then soft. Danny Rick, as I say, I think this is the quicker strategy, but we'll burn up the tyres with Lawson. So it's not quite working on his car. So, yeah, two-stopper, but very different for both drivers. It's Lawson on pole, Ricciardo in third. Let's get underway in this one. So Lawson starts on pole, but as I say, these Mercedes looking almighty fast around here. Let's see if Lawson gets a good start. Looks a good initial launch. Can Ricciardo try and get past Valtteri Bottas here? Gonna have the inside on this first corner. And we do. Ricciardo takes Bottas.
Okay.
Tsunoda's had a lock-up. That's very early on.
Now this was on the straight.
What's Yuki up to here?
Well, you can see the lock-up. And they'll need to
No, it's not a massive lock-up. Oh, that's caused a lot of congestion in there. So that's a good start for us. Ricciardo jumping Bottas to give us a 1-2 here early on. Not bad, my birthday today, so yeah, it's good. Oh, happy birthday, Yuviud. Happy birthday. Kinga, this is the first time I'm seeing the start of your live. Good job. Nice to have you in from the start, Kinga. Right, Bottas already looking to take back the lead. Take back second place, sorry, that he lost from Ricciardo. Huru, hi, how's it going? Jackson, thanks for the follow. Can Ricciardo get this back? No, we have to settle back in behind. And Bottas for the lead. So as I say, I think these Mercedes are going to be hard to fend off. He's on the mediums though. Lawson on the hards. As we've got a yellow flag. Trying to see here. Doesn't look like there's anything major. Nico Hülkenberg just running wide. Ricciardo up the inside. Lawson has not got DRS on Bottas.
We can do much more.
Just head down.
So yeah, tyres. Bottas on the medium. Russell on the softs. And Lawson on the hard. So a mixture of all tyres here really, as Ricciardo is going to try and get past his teammate. And he does. Probably for the best whilst he's on those soft tyres. What are we looking at? Lap 18 for Ricciardo. To pit, lap 22 for Lawson.
Lift off where you can.
Understood.
Alright, Hamilton on softs as well. Quite a few soft runners,
And increase
actually.
your lift off.
Bottas, the only medium runner in the top 10. Right, here comes George. As I say, we're just not looking pacey across this weekend, unfortunately. George is past Lawson.
Don't stress. Hamilton is the car behind.
Copy.
George really now all over the back of Ricciardo. This is just going to be very difficult to defend through the DRS
We
zone.
need to protect.
But what could happen here is George could get us, and then we could just use George's DRS to close the gap to Bottas. That's really what we're trying to achieve here. It's quite tight though, isn't it? It's basically a DRS train near enough all the way down to Perez. And there we go. Russell does make the move. So now we want Ricciardo to try and
You can use overtake.
just push on a bit.
Yep, understood. Okay.
Russell didn't get past Bottas though. Lawson's fell back a little bit here. But of course, as I say, he is on the hard tyre. Going a bit longer in this first stint. Hamilton having a
Don't
look.
destroy the tyres too quickly.
And it might be Hamilton past us here. It is. So Lawson going backwards early on here. But hopefully he's going to be quicker
Full concentration.
in his stints to come. So let's see how that goes. No, it's Leclerc.
But this is what happened.
We do apologise. We do apologise to Drugovich.
All good at this point. And there's the lockup. Just
Leclerc was
unable to
knocked out
control
in
the car.
Q2. So we carry on in this train. It's just going to be a little bit of being patient in this one. And we just have to see how we go. And Ricciardo on George Russell here. Is George Russell trying to look after his tyres suddenly? Bottas is kind of pushed away, so...
You can keep the pace up on this.
Yeah, we've got 9% on George Russell. Piastri is not as bad now, 65%.
Nice.
Okay, good job.
So as we see, Ricciardo gets past George Russell then.
And we're watching Daniel Ricciardo. They decide to give it a go.
Bottas has pushed just 1.7 up the road, so let's see if Ricciardo can rein him in. Stroll's got a mechanical fault.
Available.
Understood.
And Russell is really fighting Ricciardo back, and he's going to get the DRS, so this is probably going to be job done for Russell. Yeah, Bottas 1.2 up the
Focusing on
road.
pace. We have a Ferrari behind us.
Russell is getting back into Bottas's DRS, so that's fine.
Drop the pace now, please.
Understood.
Yeah, Russell down to 59%, so Russell's going to have to box a lot earlier unless, as I say, he starts to conserve those tyres.
Understood.
And he's just dropped out of DRS of Bottas again. And we kind of need George to be a bit more pacey than us and not let his teammate get away. Of course, we're going to get DRS on George here, so this should be, unless he deploys a lot of battery out of that corner, should be pretty easy work. Get back past him.
Hamilton should have DRS now.
Lewis will have DRS, but we're further up the
We have
road.
margin to push a bit more.
There we
Overtake
go.
available.
Back past George then, but the 1.4 gap to Bottas. We need to get that back under a second, bring it into that DRS range. Lawson still staying ahead of Piastri. And it's now the top 8. Yeah, so Alonso and Sainz very much cut adrift. Tsunoda is pitting. That's an early stop. Yuki Tsunoda is the first to stop then. And George is right over the back of us. Were we under a second at that detection zone before the corner? We're about to find out. Yes, we were. We've got DRS then on that Valtteri Bottas. And even better than DRS. Wow, it was such good speed down that straight. Bottas might be able to fight it back, but we take the lead then.
Understood.
Weren't actually expecting that. We just wanted to be with Bottas. Bottas probably will get straight back past us on the start-finish straight, but yeah, just the DRS doing big things for us there. I wonder if Bottas was conserving a bit of battery. He wasn't harvesting off any of those corners, though.
Okay, that's currently P1.
Well, here comes
Directly
Valtteri
behind
then.
Bottas.
So, as expected, he is going to retake the lead, but we just can stick with him now and just use his DRS for him to just pull us along. We might chop and change positions with him for a little while.
Yep.
Let's see.
This is my pace.
Keep the head down. Russell behind us.
You can see the effect of this DRS train, though, because the top 8 now, Alonso is in 9th, is now 8.2 seconds, 8.1 seconds cut adrift. What is the pit stop? About 22 seconds if we round it up. 22 seconds for a stop. So at the moment, Ricciardo will be coming around Ocon, Stroll. Did we have DRS there? No, that was... we just dropped out at the wrong moment there. So we're going to be under pressure from George Russell here.
Understood.
Yeah, so George back into P2. But we're still all in Bottas's DRS, so
That's okay.
just need George
Hamilton
to
behind you now.
stay with his teammate. What's George down to now? 43%. Yeah, I think around lap 15. I think a couple of laps time, George is going to have to come in. What was it? 22 seconds for a stop, so... And Ricciardo is going to sneak past Russell there. Lovely. Lovely work. 22 seconds. It's going to
Good
be
job.
between Théo Pourchaire and Perez. So there is a little gap there.
Let's take a
As we
closer
see that
look.
move again.
Now this, I think, was at turn 13.
Listen, I don't think George was really expecting that. And, yeah. Ricciardo into P2.
And Daniel Ricciardo.
But Piastri has just developed a fault there, which may give Lawson some respite. And we've got a yellow flag. That's a spin. We're just looking out for that as a virtual safety car, because if it was, well, I think quite a few would be jumping into the pits.
Yellows ahead.
Oh, it's Leclerc again. What a nightmare Leclerc's having here. Already locked up. Oh, just completely loses it.
I don't know what went wrong there.
Char, what a stinker he's having. His tyres must be wrecked after that. Down to 35% and he's on hards. Leclerc will have to pit. Danny Rick's going to have to close this
Going to push.
close this gap because Bottas is trying to extend to the 1 second again.
Click overtake available.
Leclerc's having an absolute stinker over this weekend. Knocked out in Q2, locked up early on in the race, stuck behind Pourchaire, who he's actually battling, which was legitimately battling, and Russell's in. Russell is in, so we said lap 15. It's 1 lap early. So Russell is going to get the undercut, and Russell I would fully expect to lead this race after the first round of stops. Lawson all over Hamilton here. We were still pushing, to be fair, but go on, Lawson. Up the inside, this is very delicate. He makes it work. Should get DRS. Were we within the second of... Yeah, we should have because we're behind Hamilton. We do. Hamilton does retain DRS because he had it on Ricciardo. Can we use the slipstream on our teammate to get Hamilton behind us here? Hamilton looking good to try and regain this position though. Can Lawson stay in there on the inside of these two right-handers? Yes, he can. Making it work is Lawson, but Hamilton's still not giving it up, and he'll get the inside here. And is Hamilton going to jump into the pits? Liam has to concede. Or does he? He doesn't have to concede. Liam back up the inside. What a battle between those two, and Lawson comes out on top, and Hamilton and Piastri do pit. Ricciardo pits then. Lawson will carry on. Let's hope for a good pit stop here, but we probably are going to come out behind Piastri, Hamilton, Russell, and perhaps Norris, who have all already stopped. 2.2, very nice for us.
Track will be clear.
Here's Hamilton then. So Russell is well and truly past us. Here comes this trio of cars. Has Ricciardo cleared them? Oh, this would be very nice for Ricciardo. He has.
P5.
That is very nice. We will go a little bit aggressive just to get some tyre temps up. Stop. Bottas does pit now. So Lawson leads. Nice clean stop for the Mercedes. Verstappen's in as well. Bottas is going to be close to Ricciardo here. I think Ricciardo's going to have it though. Norris sets a fast lap. This would be very nice if Bottas gets bogged down behind Hamilton and Piastri here. He does. That's good news for Danny Ric. If Bottas can lose a bit of time behind these, that could be very good news. And Lewis is all over the back of us, so Lewis is suddenly pushing on those hards.
Hamilton has DRS directly behind you.
So Lewis going for a push. He's past Ricciardo. To be fair, if he wants to absolutely wreck his tyres, that's fine. He's on hards and he's already down to 84%. So we'll just stick with what we're doing here. I think we just extend by another lap for Lawson.
Okay, mate, copy.
Now, can Ricciardo get Hamilton straight back here? Hamilton's going through a little bit of a push phase with his tyres. He sets the fastest lap, so that shows that he's pushing on the tyres. Probably used quite a bit of battery there as well, did Lewis, so... Oh, and he's forced way out wide by Danny Ric.
Alrighty.
Which isn't great, really, because what that means is open the door for Bottas, and Bottas already got past Piastri, and that means Hamilton's out of his way, and Bottas is now all over the back of Ricciardo. On the soft tyres now, Bottas, of course, because he started on the mediums, although he's really pushing on those softs. So again, if Danny Ric can frustrate him, I think Bottas is going to be past us here. And what's annoying there is he's got past us. But he did it, I think, after the detection zone. He did.
Understood.
So he gets DRS to pull away, so that's not ideal. Let's try and stick with him. We're going to have to use a bit of our tyre life.
You're good to push.
Because he's going to
race now.
really try to push his Bottas here. Yeah, he's nearly got the second.
No more lift-off required.
Yep.
Russell may be starting to conserve those tyres now because we can see him. Right, let's get Lawson in this lap. So Lawson into the pits. Lap 23, we extended by a lap there. And Ricciardo will keep DRS on Bottas and Russell, but Bottas has already passed Russell.
Your last lap was purple.
And Danny Ric sets the fastest lap of the race. 2.2. Both stops have been 2.2, which is very nice for us. As I say, we're expected to come out behind Norris. But what's better for us now, there's not DRS trains. So if we can close up to Norris, he can't defend with DRS, and we should be able to get past him. So, yeah, it's been quite a good stint for Lawson. As Ricciardo, on board, gets past George Russell. Right, what can Lawson do here on Lando? We're going to use a bit of battery. We're going to get DRS as well, so this should be pretty much job done. And Liam Lawson moves up into P6, but it's now an 8-second gap to Lando's teammate Oscar Piastri. So Lawson's starting to go a little bit quicker. Leclerc does stop for that second stop. Yeah, gap down to 5 seconds now for Lawson, so he's coming back to Hamilton and Piastri.
Yep, I got you.
Another yellow flag.
Update on liftoff. We do require fuel liftoff.
Yeah, copy that.
And Ricciardo's just lost out on the DRS there, and Russell is going to overtake us. Who's had an accident? Hamilton. Ooh, Hamilton and Piastri ahead of Liam Lawson, of course. Oh dear.
Damn it, that was a big hit.
Oh dear, Lewis. Where is Lawson in all of this? He must be very close to them now. 2.3 seconds.
Keep the head down. We have a Ferrari behind us.
Hamilton's tyres have been wrecked because of that as well. Piastri has got 5% tyres. And Lawson is past Piastri, so... And he's got a puncture now, Piastri. Absolute nightmare. Lewis has got a penalty, so Lawson has effectively got P4. Piastri puncture. Absolute nightmare for the Australian, who has been taken out by Hamilton and got a puncture, and he's going to fall down the order. Hamilton's now going to serve his penalty and have to replace a front wing.
He's in this lap.
So
Hamilton is in
Lawson...
this lap.
P4 is his, but he's 15 seconds off the top 3, so I don't think he can go any further than that. Unless, of course, the two Mercedes want to take each other out. Got another yellow flag. Bottas is 2.3 seconds up the road.
Keep the head down.
I think we need to use this pace with Ricciardo now.
We're good on tires. And reminder, overtake
King
available.
Lawson will definitely get a podium after that. Not quite a podium, but he should get 4th place now. So Lewis has really opened the door for 4th place for Lawson. He's got, as Ricciardo, hopefully past George Russell here. And let's push back up to Bottas. Yeah, Lawson's got 11 seconds on Norris, so he's quite comfortable in 4th there. And with that 11-second lead, yeah, they've got to get 7 seconds. I was thinking if the Mercs pit, we could use Lawson to try and hold them up, but they'll come out 7 seconds behind him at this stage, so I don't think that'll quite work. As Bottas stops now. That is very early, so he will not be going on to the softs. Van Dorn's got a mechanical fault. Let's see this pit stop. It's a nice stop, unfortunately. And Russell is trying to challenge Ricciardo again. But Ricciardo doesn't allow it. So Bottas is in. There is Lawson, but he'll find that nice gap that we were talking about. He's on the hards, though. Interesting. Bottas on the hards till the end. He's got, what, 22 laps to do on those. So I don't think we jump onto the... I think maybe we go back to the other strategy now. I think we go back to this. Extend this stint. And finish on the soft. Yeah, Russell does stop now. Right, Bottas is 2 seconds off Lawson. Bottas is 18 seconds off the lead. So at the moment, Bottas would have a 4-second lead. Once Danny Rick stops. So that's, of course, the issue we've got. Probably what we want to do with Danny Rick is cover off Russell. Not let Russell undercut us. Stop at the end of this next lap. Russell, yeah, it's 24 seconds off. So, yeah, we have got to be mindful. But I think Ricciardo can cover that off. Right, Lawson.
Overtake is available. Overtake available.
Copy.
Just focus on that management.
Copy.
In general, if you can introduce some lift off.
Copy.
And Bottas is going to be streaming past us here. Unless we can use this battery. Is he on always defend? He is. Is Bottas going to go for the move? No.
DRS this time.
Yeah, copy.
Right, let's really just try and hold him up through these
Keep it
corners.
sensible on the time.
Copy.
I'm just trying to frustrate Bottas, even if it's for a few corners here, to give our teammate Danny Rick every chance of taking this win. Actually, we do want to make that stop. And there goes Bottas. He's had enough of that.
Box confirmed.
Good to push up.
Oh, he gets the DRS. That's frustrating.
Focus on the race ahead.
Right, here we go then. Danny Rick, we need a nice clean stop. Piastri's fault is getting worse, but his race has been wrecked anyway from Hamilton. Here we go then. Please, pit crew, keep it clean here. We're going to lose the lead of the race. We want to be ahead of Russell though. That's what's critical. No, slow front lefts. Oh, that's glitched out as well. The tyres in midair. 4 seconds. This could cost us to Russell now.
Alrighty.
That could be very costly.
Sorry for that. Reminder, throttle on pit exit.
We're just ahead of him, but Russell is going to be all over us here, I'd imagine. Let's attack just to get some temps in. So we're 8 seconds off the lead. So Lawson now pits. As I say, he may well be undercut by Lewis Hamilton, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. Bottas setting the fastest lap of the race, so he's having a little bit of a push. Russell may well make the move again on Ricciardo here. Let's just watch this final stop. 2.6, not the greatest, but we'll take that. Damien, thanks for the follow. Said that one. Killian, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. But yeah, is Hamilton... No, I don't think he is going to undercut us, actually. No, not even close. So that's fine. So, yeah, Lawson's going to have a pretty boring race till the back then. Till the end, sorry. But it should be P4 secured. Unless we get some major drama out front.
Okay, so car behind is Hamilton. Gap behind 8.3.
Was that Gazman or Stroll? I think that was
increase
Gasly, because we're past Stroll now as well. We're past Magnussen as well. Right, Russell back past Ricciardo. Just need to work together, really, but Russell's job probably is to hold us up.
Be careful there.
Lando. Oh, he's trying to lap an Alpine. Oh, Lando. I've not seen that before. And Lando's got some sus breathing going on in there, but that was... those Alpines don't like getting out of the way. I've said that before. So we might as well go for a push with Lawson, see if he can build this gap to 22 seconds. And then he's got a pit stop gap to Hamilton. And the Mercedes... Oh,
okay,
what's happened there? Russell's got bogged down behind Van Dorn, I think. And he's still behind him. I told you about these Alpines. I don't like giving up position, even when they're 2 laps down.
Nice.
And Russell lost out big time there.
Happened there. So we're heading now into turn 5.
Look at this.
And they squeeze by.
Yeah, got bogged down behind the Alpine, and the door was just wide open for Ricciardo. Holding firm. Lawson's in for that pit stop. So Lawson will get those tyres up to temp, and then he'll be going for a fastest lap. Let's make sure Ricciardo is going to stay with Bottas here. Slow stop though. That's not ideal when we're trying to come out ahead of Hamilton. Is Bottas pushing here? Will he get DRS as well?
Oh dear, that's not a good stop.
Yeah, this is going to be close with Lewis.
It will be close.
Yeah, he's passed us. That slow stop has cost us.
P5. The car ahead is Hamilton.
I think it's going to be absolutely fine because the tyre difference, and Lewis got damaged, so, you know, it should be easy work to get past him, but not ideal. Now we're in amongst this traffic of Perez in 13th, Teo Pourchaire and Hulkenberg. Oh, the RB, get out of the way. Get out of the way. No, this is where it goes wrong. That RB is not getting out of the way. We've lost the DRS to Bottas.
Nicely done.
And Russell's going to be all over us here. That's so frustrating. Russell's going to have us here. All right, we need Bottas to get held up now, like we just were.
6 more laps.
Yep, understood.
Oh, we're forced out wide as well. It's going all wrong here.
You focus on your race.
I think we need to try and get past George here, because George seems to
Overtake available.
not have the pace now.
Okay, understood.
We will not need liftoff.
Right, we've got DRS, but
Okay,
it's now nearly 4 seconds to Bottas.
Okay, to pick up the pace. Okay, good job.
Less of a lift.
Copy.
5 more laps.
Right, 2.7 to Bottas. We've got to try and rein him in again now.
So recharge on for the moment.
Just checking where Lawson's going to start his lap. Lawson is going to encounter some traffic himself. Van Dorn has retired. He got back to the pits though.
Press upon the overtake.
Lawson's going for his fastest lap attempt. Ricciardo 1.2 off Bottas.
Okay, head down, no problem.
We're trying to get back to him. We're trying to get back to the man from Finland. The
Understood.
World Championship leader, certainly on his way to his World Championship, his first World Championship. Has Lawson got traffic here? It looks to be alright, but he's not setting purple, so I don't know if this is going to be a fastest lap off Russell or not. Ricciardo's just about there. And Lawson does set the fastest lap.
Okay, keep it clean. Focus on the pace.
So, job done from Lawson now.
That was a purple lap.
Kinga, how many laps we've got? 4 laps.
Just keep looking after your tires.
And we've got Danny Rick trying to make the move here.
Could
On
you just
Valtteri
introduce
Bottas.
3 seconds of liftoff around the lap.
Copy.
3 seconds of liftoff, GP. Calm yourself down.
Charge on, charge on.
Understood.
Ricciardo takes the lead. We kind of didn't want the lead just yet. 43%. We've got to make these tyres last. It's going to be touch and go if they do. Need to save a bit of fuel. Need a better battery to be able to attack on this final lap. So 3 laps to go now.
3 to go.
Okay, understood.
Bottas should make his way back past us, but we want to stay with him across this lap.
We just keep the head down.
Right, here we go. Final lap.
Okay?
We've got DRS.
Just manage your tires, please.
Okay.
Now we need everything here.
Stop the lift off turn 1, please.
Final lap of the race.
Let's lift off, please. Next lap, last lap.
Come on, Danny Rick.
I'll leave you in your race
Keep
now.
this constructors battle going.
And we can push on tires.
Right, we're going to deploy off it. Oh no, is Valtteri Bottas going to get DRS off the Alpine? That would be awful news for us here. I think he might, you know, it looks close for a second. No, he doesn't. Danny Rick has got DRS. Bottas hasn't. What is this Alpine going to do, though? Because they are reckless. We are past Valtteri Bottas. Is Bottas going to be able to fight it back? What is this Alpine going to do? What is this Alpine going to do? He's out of the way of us.
Okay, understood.
He's not getting out of the way of Valtteri Bottas. Of course he's not. Danny Rick is through.
Give us more
It's
lift off,
looking
please.
good. I don't think Bottas can do anything. He can't even get past the Alpine. Daniel Ricciardo has been patient all race long. And Mercedes are going to finish 2 and 3. Danny Rick has done enough to stay with those Mercedes as he rounds the final corner. And Daniel Ricciardo wins in COTA. It's Bottas second.
Understood.
Russell 7 seconds back in the end in third. And Lawson fourth. And Danny Rick's happy. That's okay. We are legends over here, Danny Rick. You know it. We know it.
Switch off the car completely when you stop, please.
Danny
Hold it,
Rick
please, off.
wins it. And as I say, Lawson Rest of the rest really couldn't compete with the top three, but even with a third stop, miles ahead of Hamilton, takes the fastest lap as well. So Lawson comes home, P4, so 12 points plus the fastest lap point, so 13 points for Lawson. So Daniel Ricciardo up 2 and wins the race then. Valtteri Bottas finished where he started in P2. George Russell up 1 to 3rd. Liam Lawson dropped 3, but although he was on pole, that was really because he got a massive toe off Daniel Ricciardo, so it wasn't a legitimate pole, so to speak. We knew that wasn't the pace we did actually have. But I was surprised we beat the Mercedes. I thought it was going to be difficult. Lewis Hamilton finishes 5th, even with that penalty, and absolutely toe-punting Piastri effectively out of the race. Max Verstappen 6th, and Leclerc did get back up to the points in a good haul of points at the end, finished 7th, so up 6th in the end. Lando Norris 8th, Fernando Alonso 9th, and Yuki Tsunoda, RB, have gone all season with no points, and I think Yuki's free on the bounce of point scoring finishes. I think he got an 8th place, and the last 2 races he's finished 10th, 2 10th places consecutively. And Liam Lawson's take the fastest lap. Drivers' Championship. So it was a sprint weekend that Valtteri Bottas won and George Russell finished 2nd. So with all of those points taken into account, it's all square in terms of Daniel Ricciardo and Bottas. As I say, the gap is too big really now. It's, 87 points I think that is. My quick maths are correct. So yeah, I think it's going to be too big. There's only 5 races to go, 2 sprints. So unless Bottas would probably need 2 to 3 retirements to make that viable. Oscar Piastri only takes 5 points, so actually Liam Lawson taking 19 has got a chance to get up to 3rd now, although still very close with George Russell. So it looks like a battle for 3rd between Oscar Piastri, Lawson and George. It looks like Valtteri will win it. Daniel will finish 2nd. Max Verstappen 6th. Lewis Hamilton moves up to 7th. Lando Norris down 1. Leclerc in 9th, so Hamilton is winning that first teammate battle with Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz 10th, and the rest of the points so far, Fernando Alonso in 11th. He's got 49 of Aston Martin's 50 points, with K-Mag getting 1. That's a bit embarrassing for K-Mag. Yuki Tsunoda, as I say, 3 points scoring finishes in a row now. So he's up to 6 points. Esteban Ocon has 2 for Williams, 1 for K-Mag, 1 for Perez, and 1 for Gasly. So Constructors. So Mercedes do extend by virtue of that sprint race, really, which helped them, but only by 3 points. So the gap is, 69 points? Yeah, 69 points. So the Constructors is still very much alive, I'd say, and it looks like we're nailed on for 2nd place now. McLaren 3rd. They look like they're going to keep 3rd place, and there's a battle for 4th between Ferrari, who jump Red Bull by 5 points, so just 5 points between them. Aston Martin 6th, that's their own, and RB, now with those points from Yuki, looking like they may finish 7th. Williams at 8th for 3 points. Kick Sauber have 1 point in 9th. Haas 10th and Alpine 11th, yet to score. We do something in the fastest pit stop as well. We got 8 points there, so what are we saying here? Did we get 2 in there? We got 2, sorry, I missed it. Danny Rick and Liam Lawson, we got 20 points. That's probably our best ever score in the fastest pit stops, and we remain 9th, but we're closing in on Kick Sauber, so we might be able to achieve 8th in that. There we have it then, a tale of 2 races really. The Mercedes dominated that sprint race and we lost out on good Constructors points with their 1-2, but we really took it back to them in the race, and although I think they still had the pace on us, just managed to hang in there with Danny Rick, conserve some tyre life, go full attack on that last lap to nick the win from Bottas. And a cheeky little Alpine sneaking in the middle there to hold Bottas up. I don't think he would have got past. There's not too many overtaking spots there when the checker flag falls. But yeah, good bounce back really on the full race. Liam Lawson 4th. He was cut adrift a lot from those top 3, but he did get the fastest lap. So in terms of the Constructors, pretty balanced weekend. So we've got to hope over these last few races we can start to pick away at that Mercedes lead, but they have got the better car. So it's going to be difficult. We'll see how we go, and we'll be back with the next episode very shortly in this Team Lotus F1 Manager series.